Hi students. Today we'll start with our exceptions topic continuation. Today our topic is user defined exceptions. So user defined exceptions is nothing but we can create our own exceptions. Okay. So our own exceptions is uh, the Python cannot provide all the different cases of exceptions, okay, that are required for the user requirement. Okay, that is in some cases we need to check the user defined values and we need to provide them as the exceptions. Okay, say for example, we are accepting the student marks. Okay, the student marks must be less than the 100 and greater than the 0. If the user is giving a out of that range value, then I want to raise the exception. Okay, otherwise some cases are like say for example I am creating a bank account class. Okay, within that, the each and every customer must have the minimum balances of 2000. Okay, okay. If the user is giving a value which is greater than the which is less than the minimum balance, that is, customer is withdrawing the amount. Okay, okay, which is withdrawing the amount and without making a minimum balance condition. Okay, then we need to raise the exception and we need to check that whether the minimum balance is 2000 or not. Okay, then only we can then only we can allow the user to withdraw the amount. Okay, and at the same time we need to raise the exception to show that the user it is a serious problem, you need to maintain the minimum balance. Okay, okay. For that we can create the user defined exceptions. Okay. So for creating the user defined exceptions, the first step is we'll create a class. Okay, the user defined class we will create with our exception name. Okay, so and this class must be derived from the built-in class, the exception class. Okay, so built-in class is the exception class. From that we need to derive the our user defined class. Okay, here we are creating a class as my exception. Okay, this is our user defined exception class name, and within the brackets we are specifying the base class, that is exception class. Okay, so exception is the base class for all the types of exceptions. Okay, whatever the exception you are creating or whatever the exceptions which are provided by the Python, for each and every exceptions, okay, exception is the base class, so that we are creating a class as the child class for the exception class. Okay, then create a function, create a constructor def, okay, underscore underscore init and two underscore symbols followed by this. Okay, self is the default parameter and arg is the another parameter. Okay, which is stores the message which is passed by the user. Okay, so the user passed message we are storing into the message variable self dot msg equals to arg variable. Okay, MSG is a default variable that is provided by the exception class. The base class exception provides a public variable as the MSG variable. Okay, within that we are storing our message ARG variable message we are storing into the MSG variable. Okay, so this is the first step. We need to create a user defined class, okay, which is derived from the exception class, and define the constructor with the two parameters. One is the self parameter and another one is the arg parameter. Okay, and assign that arg value to the required msg variable. Then the second step is whenever the programmer suspects the possibility of exception. Okay, that is wherever we are expecting the exception, that is wherever the situation rises to arises to rise the exception. Okay, in that case, we will you rise the our exception. Okay, using a statement rise. Okay, rise my exception. Okay, is our exception name, and within the brackets give the message. That is whatever the message you want to show within the exception. Okay, that you can give in the brackets. Okay, rise is a statement which is used to rise the exception. Okay, so because these exceptions are not raised by the PVM Python virtual machine, okay, so that we need to raise the exception based on the our condition of the program. Okay, this is the second step. Next, Okay, the third step is we need to handle that exception. Okay, so for that we'll create the try block and except block. Okay, within the try block we'll specify the code where the code which is used to raise the exception. That is, in the code we will check the condition. Okay, if the condition satisfies, then we will raise the exception. Okay, so that within the try block we'll specify the condition and rising of a exception. Okay, then followed by the try block we'll write a except block. Okay, within the except block we are specifying the my exception is our exception name as me. Me is the object for the our exception. Okay, our exception class is my exception. For that we are creating a object as or alias name as me. Okay, me. Okay, so then we are printing that me, that is variable value, the exception variable value. Okay, whatever the message that you have specified in the rise statement. Okay, while raising the exception, whatever the message you have specified, okay, that will be printed with the print the variable. Okay, so this is the process to create a user defined exception and handle that exception and raise the exception. Okay, first step is to create the user defined exception. Second step is raise the exception. Okay, third step is specify the try and except block statements. Okay, so next. Okay, this is the example class. My exception is the class name, and within that we are specifying a base class as the exception class. Okay, and then we are creating a constructor def init constructor self and arg values assigned to the msg variable. Okay, this is the creation of the exception. First step is over. Okay, now we need to raise the exception and create the try and except blocks. Okay, so first we are writing a function to raise the exception. Okay, define the function as check and which takes the argument as a dictionary. So the dictionary name is the dict is our dictionary name. Okay, and this is the program where we are giving a name of the customer and balance of the account. Okay, so whenever the user gives the balance that is less than the 2000, then we need to raise the exception. Okay, if it is greater than the 2000, then we'll just show we cannot show any information, just we will accept the data. Okay, if it is less than the 2000, then we'll raise the exception and we'll show the error message. Okay, so we are taking a dictionary and now we are iterating through the dictionary for k comma v in dict.items. So we are taking the items of the dictionary and the dictionary has two values, key and value pair. Okay, that key and value pair we are storing into the k and v variable. Okay, print the name is the key, so k value, and balance is the v value. Okay, and after that we are checking the balance if v is less than the 2000. If the balance is less than the 2000, then raise the exception, raise my exception of balance amount is less, and we are showing a k, that is name of the person. Okay, so just we are showing the balance amount is less and the person name. Okay, so this is the rising of a exception. Okay, next we are creating a one dictionary. Dictionary name is the bank, so we are creating a dictionary as the bank. Okay, so next we are specifying the customer names and sorry, customer name is the Ravi and 5000 is the balance, and second customer name is the Ramu and 8500 is the balance, and third customer name is the Raju and balance is 1990. Okay, okay, this is creation of dictionary is over. Okay, next try block, try colon. Okay, we are starting the try block check and we are calling a function check. Okay, and passing a dictionary as bank. Okay, bank is dictionary is passed to the function. Okay, there it checks the each and every key value pairs. Okay, so first customer is valid balance 5000 is the valid balance, second customer's balance is 85. Okay, that is also valid, and third customer has the balance is 1990, it's invalid. Okay, for the third customer, okay, it rises the my exception and sends a message as my balance amount is less. Okay, so whenever this my exception is raised, then it directly go to the our user defined exception class. Okay, and executes the constructor. Okay, so here the rise is nothing but we are creating the our my exception class object, and we are instantiating that class variable. Okay, so that whenever you give the rise and my exception and message, it automatically calls the constructor. Okay, init constructor is invoked. Okay, and it assigns this message to the MSG variable. Okay, so at the same time, this object is created and executes the constructor, and at the same time, the object is uh, thrown to the our virtual machine. Okay, this exception object is thrown to the our virtual machine, Python virtual machine. Okay, so that whenever the its object is thrown, okay, then it checks further whether there is any try block or not. Okay, so the exception is raised in the check function. Okay, the exception is thrown from the check function. Okay, within the check function, we didn't specify any try and except blocks. So the exception thrown from the check function is thrown to the its parent block. So the parent block is outside the function. Okay, there we have the try block and except block. Okay, so that the exception is raised and thrown to the try block. Okay, there it handles the exception except except my exception as me. Okay, and print the message me.msg. Okay, it prints the message variable value of the me. Okay, okay, like this we will handle the exception. Okay, the first step is creating of exception class, and second step is raising the exception based on the user defined condition. The exception is raised, and third step is handling of a exception. Okay, that we will specify with the try and except block. Okay, the sample output is given. Okay, for the first three members details are displayed, and for the last member it shows the exception message as balance is less in the account of Raju. Okay, Raju is the person name. Next, this is another example of a exception. It's a class. Okay, here we are creating a user defined exception class as the invalid range is the our class name, and it is derived from the exception class. Okay, here we are not specifying any code, just we given the statement as pass. Okay, there is no code in the class. Okay, so why? Because okay, I want to specify the messages, and I want to display the messages within the except blocks wherever we are handling this exception. Okay, so in the previous example we send the message to the exception class, and from there again we are retrieving the message and displaying that. Okay, but here we are not giving any functions and any code in the exception class. Okay, so that whenever the exception raised, then we will show the message, we will show the our own message within the except block. Okay, so in the try block we are writing a code which is required to raise the exception. Okay, first we are taking the input as the marks. Marks equals to input, enter the marks. Okay, then marks equals to int of marks. That is, we are converting marks into the integer value. Then we are checking that whether the marks is in the required range or not. If it is less than the 0 or greater than the 100, then rise the exception is invalid range. Rise invalid range. It rises the exception invalid range. That is the user defined exception. Okay, so so the exception is raised, so it go to the related except block. If there is no exception, then it prints the marks. Okay, here there is two chances of exceptions. One is the user defined exception, another one is the, say if the marks is given invalid, like without giving a number value, if the user is giving any alphabets or any other symbols, okay, then it automatically go for the value error exception. Okay, if the value is a number value but not in the range, then it go to the user defined exception invalid range. Okay, so in the value error we are showing a message as invalid input, and in the invalid range exception we are showing a message as input value out of range. Okay, so this is the handling of user defined exceptions. Okay, first step creating the exception, second step pricing the exception, third step handling the exception. Okay.